Hi, good morning. I'm Kathleen Taylor with the Nevada Women's Business Center, and I'd like to thank you for tuning in to this live stream broadcast of the Business Basics Business Plan Development class. We're here in collaboration with the Nevada Hispanic Business Group, and we are in partnership with this organization to provide entrepreneur training and development on behalf of the Nevada Women's Business Center. And here with me today, I have a special guest from the Nevada Hispanic Business Group and also CS Now staffing, who will tell us or share with you some of their services. And we're really appreciative of their partnership and allowing us to provide these trainings in the community, and also to allow us to use their space for counseling. So if you're interested in counseling for business development, or you're thinking about starting a business, or you have a business plan you need to be reviewed, or you just need the basics about what it all entails to be an entrepreneur, then please come to the Nevada Hispanic Business Group on Mondays. I'm here on Mondays from 8:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. To provide free counseling and education for anyone that's interested in opening a business. So it's my, please call us at area code 702-734-3555 to schedule an appointment with me, Kathleen Taylor. Also, look us up online at www.nevadawbc.com. If you would like to find out more about our training events in the community, if you'd like to find out more about our Women's History event that's coming up March 10th, go to our website so you can register there. And without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and I'll begin with the presentation in just a moment. We are waiting on a couple people. We do have people that are here that are audience members that are getting settled. So it's a treat to have people here for the workshop, in addition to having you tune in live as well. So thank you so much, and we will be with you shortly with more of the presentation about DreamBuilder. DreamBuilder is our online free tool that help people to develop business plans. And I'm really excited to go into more detail in just a moment as soon as we get started. So thank you so much for your patience and for tuning in with us this morning. And it's my pleasure to introduce to you our community partner with the Nevada Hispanic Business Group, and also CS Now staffing, a representative of the group who will share with you some information. So here's Dan.
Well, hi, thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to address this body and to share with you some things that we're doing and some of the benefits that we bring to the table, and hopefully can convey some information that you would find useful in your own business and developing your own business. Our business is staffing, and we're working in partnership with the Nevada Hispanic Business Group to help bring this workshop to you. So I'll tell you a little bit about how staffing ties in with entrepreneurialism. First off, the most important resource in any business is the human resource. You might manufacture widgets, you might mine materials, you might distribute things, you might finish products, paint products, you might provide nothing but a simple service or a basic service. Service everybody can identify with is critical. The human element is critical in service. But sometimes people think that, warehousing and delivery and such, that's more a thing, a material. But the human service is so important there too, because your ability to produce and move widgets from one dock to the other depends on the human commitment, on the reliability, on the training, on the attitude people bring, and the work ethic people bring to your business. So the human element, it permeates every aspect of every business. Now, when you are growing, usually the most important item to growth is having the right people, the right place, the right time with the right skills. And that's where staffing can come into play. I talk to a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs, and it's very interesting because I see two attitudes. One attitude is, well, I can hire my own people. I have my own HR group. I have my own HR person. And then I meet another group and a landscaper is a great example. He says, our busy season's coming up, and I always use a staffing agency for excess people because I have a season where I need 10 or 15 more people that I need to let go at the end of the season. And the advantage of working with a staffing agency is when you let them go from your business, there's usually another business that needs them. So you're able to work with the needs of your temporary employees without having the adverse impact on their lives by all of a sudden depriving them of a job, okay? We put their skills to use where they're most needed and most appreciated. And we, of course, do a great deal of screening and background checks and drug testing and all kinds of things to make sure that we're getting the right type of people and personality testing and skill set testing and everything else to make sure we're getting the right people for the right position. Because nothing works better than when you have an employee that loves who they work with and a person who loves the employees they have. So my advice, my counsel, my experience would be look at the real cost. I had another experience that I found very interesting. I was talking to a prospect about using us. In fact, he's a customer now. And I walked in and I said, how much were you looking to pay for a telemarketer? What he wanted somebody that would come in, take the licenses, the new licenses, and call everybody that just got their own business to pitch his signage. And I said, well, how much do you want to pay this person? He said, about $10 an hour. I said, okay, well, that's what we would pay them. And we would charge you about 40% on top of that. So it'd be about $14 an hour to you. And he stepped back and said, whoa, I can't pay $14. I said, well, wait a second. At the end of the year, how much did that labor hour cost you when you take into consider unemployment taxes, when you take into consider workman's comp? Now, he's building signs, and his small shop, his signage, his call area would be where the signs are being built. And he was hoping that the person, when they finished calls, might help him build signs. So he's going to be incurring a workman's comp cost there that's not like an office workman's comp. Okay, so you have workman's comp, unemployment, Medicare, you got FICA, you got FUCA, you've got and then you've got benefits. And then on top of all that, you've got your time and I hate to say trouble, but it is when you consider how many people you're going to interview, how many people you're going to talk to in order to find the right person. With us, we're probably a 5% premium max. If you offer benefits, we're probably less expensive than what you're paying with that 40%. And then if they don't work out or when the task is over, you get to let them go without any risk or obligation or further commitment. So that's my 2 cents. That's a full nickel of my 2 cents on staffing. I'm going to turn it back now to your hosts, and we'll take it from there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dan. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. It's a real pleasure.
Excellent. Thank you. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and I'll switch over to our slide presentation. Since this is a live stream and you were on our Nevada Women's Business Center YouTube channel, there is a live chat feature on the right side of your screen. So during the presentation, if you want to pose a question or a comment, then please do so, and I will address your questions and comments towards the end of the presentation. So thank you so much for tuning in, and now I will switch over officially to the slides for helping you develop a business plan using our own online tool called DreamBuilder. Thank you. Okay, so DreamBuilder, this basically is a presentation regarding a lot of things that you can do as an entrepreneur that will help you in your development of your business. So, what I'd like to share with you today is some information about the Nevada Women's Business Center and also our affiliation with the SBA, in addition to the Dream Builder program, and also online overview of what the program entails, how you can access it, and some closing remarks. So the Nevada Women's Business Center, we provide one-on-one counseling and business development. So if you're interested in developing your skills as an entrepreneur or a established business owner and you want to expand your business, then our agency, we are a federally nonprofit agency that's affiliated with the SBA. And with that, we provide free services for entrepreneur training, development, and also funding as well for your business. And as mentioned earlier, we are affiliated with the SBA. And although the majority of our clients are women, we do have male clients as well. And they really do well with us with our programs and services. So getting into DreamBuilder, DreamBuilder, it's a wonderful program. I am a former entrepreneur myself, and if I had this type of program when I was establishing my business plan, it would have been a dream come true, no pun intended, given the program is called DreamBuilder. And with that, um, DreamBuilder, first of all, it's free and easy to use. So if you are a person that is comfortable or not comfortable with the computer and building a business plan, DreamBuilder is definitely a tool for you. It is interactive. It really helps you to build content for your business plan, and on also it's bilingual in English and Spanish. In addition to that, it has a lot of engaging modules. It has 13 modules actually, where each module is has lots of content, lots of questions that will help a person to create content for their business plan. It also has like video testimonials of people that have that are in business as well, in reference to it takes one to know one. And also it helps a person to be less to have less of anxiety and angst that's associated with business plan development. And also it has quizzes at the end too to keep you to keep you engaged with the information that's being presented to you. It's a business plan generator in that upon completion of the 13 modules, you can um, basically print out or you have a first draft of a business plan, which is really convenient. And on our end, we are more than willing to sit down with you, review your business plan, at least the first draft upon completion of Dream Builder, and really help you to develop it along the way. Now, these are some descriptions of the modules that are used with Dream Builder. So, for example, there's the first module is basically kind of getting a feel of you and your skill set or your aspirations and what motivates you to become an entrepreneur. I'm a former entrepreneur myself, and I found this exercise to be really insightful as to see, where I'm at in the grand scheme of things and where I can grow as well. And also, it gives you a taste of the challenges, the risk, and the rewards that entails in being an entrepreneur as well. Also, the second session of Dream Builder is basically now you're starting to develop your business idea. You're trying to figure out What is my product and service? Who are my customers? Why is there a need in the marketplace for this particular product or service that I'm providing? And also, who are my competitors? So, this particular module within the 13 sessions of Dream Builder, it helps you to explore those things. And this really establishes a foundation for your business plan and writing the content. Because frankly, with business plan development, if you can't convey the basic questions and answer the basic questions to anyone, whether it's a lender, an investor, a partner, a family member who is there to support you, with your entrepreneurial endeavor. If you can't explain to them what your business is, who are your customers, why there's a need for it, how are you going to operate your business, and who is who's competing with you out there for the customer's dime and time, then if you can't convey that, then it really is challenging for someone that's going to open a business, because your business plan really does set that foundation to give you a roadmap to maneuver, or at least a foundation to start building your business. Now, in addition, looking at this particular session of Dream Builder, this is planning your dream. And this particular session within Dream Builder, it talks about different components or parts of the business plan. And with that, it talks about what it goes into more detail about your business model, your target market, your pricing structure, your marketing plan, and also it talks about some tools and resources that you can use as well. That's part of the Dream Builder program, and it also reviews how the business plan really gives you more leverage. Because I meet a lot of people through just in casual conversation, and they're thinking about starting a business, and a lot of them say, you know what, I really don't need a business plan because I know what I'm doing. I have X amount of years of experience in this field, so I know how to do A, B, and C. Well, the business plan, it doesn't it's not it the whole point of the business plan is not to help you to enhance your skills as a baker. Let's say that you want to open a bakery, and this person has a phenomenal culinary background in baking, in pastry. So the business plan helps them to understand the business of running a bakery, and not exactly helping them with their skill set in being a baker and doing croissants or doing scones or donuts. That's all their skill set. So the business plan basically helps the person to create and establish and operate the business, not so much in the skill development of the service that you're trying to provide, or the product that you're trying to produce, at least to a degree. So it does give you a lot of leverage, and most importantly, it lets you know what it is that you don't know about your business. So it's highly recommended that you at least try to create that foundation for your business by the development through a business plan. Now, in addition, the Dream Builder program, again, it reemphasizes the what, the why, the who, the where, the how of your business, and that's why I really like this program. It's very engaging, it's very interactive, and it really takes away the anxiety of having to create a business plan, especially when you don't have a point of reference. So, this is what this tool does for you. It gives you what it is that you need in a very interactive and engaging way and less intimidating. Now, um, in addition, we have a couple audience members. Again, this is a live stream broadcast, so I'm just going to pause for a moment and say hello to our audience members that are here today. We started the live broadcast of this webinar at 8 o'clock. And I'm happy that people that are here today. So thank you so much for attending this live broadcast training on behalf of the Nevada Women's Business Center and also the Nevada Hispanic Business Group. So we're in the process of discussing modules that are part of the DreamBuilder program, and continuing with the presentation, we're um, we're talking about different types of things that the Dream Builder tool uses or gives a person that is thinking about developing a business plan. And here is a copy of the slide presentation that you can follow as well that I'll give to you. So continuing with we're talking about marketing now, the marketing um, section within the Dream Builder program. And with that, let's talk about your target market. There's a It's quite interesting when a person is theoretically first starting their writing their business plan or thinking about a business. They may think that everybody is their customer, everybody is their client, because everyone would benefit or enjoy in some way their product and service. So it's really important to narrow that down. It's very broad to say that everyone is your customer or your client, when in actuality that isn't true. So we really do emphasize doing diligent research on who your target market is. So, for example, let's say that uh, someone is a dentist and they're opening up a private practice. So to say that everyone needs a dentist and everyone would benefit from going to a dentist for their oral health and hygiene. Well, to a degree, people would benefit from going to a dentist on a regular basis. However, from a business perspective, not everyone is a client for that particular dentist. So I highly recommend that you do some research. There are some great websites that are available that really help you to do industry analysis and market analysis in your sector. One of those websites is Abyss World, ABISWORLD.com. And the second website is Statista, Statista.com. Statista.com. And also you may want to check out the U.S. Census Bureau. So census.gov, census.gov is an excellent website as well. So between those three websites, that will give you some really good industry analysis data about your particular industry. And I'm just curious, and members of the audience that are here, what is your business idea? Okay, so you're thinking about either a for-profit business or a nonprofit business. Okay, that's fine because give or take a couple things, the same principles still apply with the business plan development aspect. And you know what, you bring up a really good point in that there may be some assumption that because a person is starting a nonprofit business, and those of you that are online that are tuning in, if you're thinking about starting a nonprofit, um, please realize that you still need a business plan to create that nonprofit to help you, you know, with the development of the model. So I'm really glad that you're here today to learn more about it. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Okay, thank you. Now, continuing with with product and services. So within this module or session within DreamBuilder, we're talking about products and services, and it really helps you. The questions that are in the DreamBuilder program, it helps you to again rely upon that market research that you're going to do to find out what is the trends for your particular product or service in the marketplace. What has been the revenue that's been generated on an annual basis? What are some of the losses? What are what are some things that are really relative and relevant in the marketplace regarding your product and service? Also, within the Dream Builder program, it talks about promoting your brand to your customers. And this is where some of your marketing messages comes into play with your marketing strategies, your advertising, digital media. Now, speaking of which, just because there's like hot trends on the marketplace for different types of advertising or marketing strategies, just because those trends are the hottest thing that are going, doesn't necessarily mean that that's the best market strategy for your business. So, for example, um, just about any and everyone is, you know, thinking about or doing social media. Well, not every business may benefit from having a Twitter account or from having a Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook. There are a text promo program or email marketing program. So it really does depend upon how effective and how open your customer base is towards your marketing. So even though you may think social media may be a great idea because it's trending in the marketplace for marketing strategies, but your customers, on the other hand, they may just want an old-fashioned phone call or an old-fashioned face-to-face meeting to get to know you, depending upon your product or service. So I'm saying all that to say not one, you know, one size doesn't fit all, and just be very selective and customize what would work best for your customers too with your marketing strategies, and that way it's more effective. Now let's talk about this particular section within the Dream Builder program. It talks about pricing. Pricing is so important because with pricing, again, and that goes back to you doing your research on your competitors and the marketplace as well. And and with that, you you have you have information about how you can compete in the industry based upon what the industry can bear, what the customer is spending, what are the different price points that you could position your product or service at. And also, you have to think about what are the direct and indirect costs that are associated with pricing your product or service too. So, for example, if you're opening a restaurant and you have a menu item for an entree that you're pricing it at $7. However, if you find out that it actually costs you $10 to make that entree of food, then pricing it at $7, then that would definitely, affect your bottom line and your revenue flow. So it's really important that you price your do the research so you can set your price that's that's that will definitely benefit you in the long run and also the short term. Now we have another couple more audience members that have just joined us. So thank you so much for coming. Oh, that's quite all right. And what is your business idea, and what are you thinking about doing as an entrepreneur?
So I noticed that there is a lack of resources for Spanish in general. I want to encourage and motivate women to learn how to just in general pursue their dreams. More like a motivated speaker. That's what I want to do.
Oh, okay.
Motivation. So I will whatever for Spanish speakers because my observation and based on my experience that I don't like the way they are being motivated. They pretty much told you stupid. And I don't appreciate that. I think there is a better way, and I want to do that. I want to change that, and I want to be the positive, motivated speaker for the Spanish community. We don't have that right now. My experience is they focus you to be a
Okay, well, so a motivational speaker is with your business idea specifically for the Spanish community, and also, so you're thinking about looking at this as a consultant coming in to
yes,
different organizations and being a speaker.
exactly. Yeah,
Okay,
I have curriculum too, and I'm writing curriculum. I'm a teacher by profession, so
okay,
um, but I want to deal with the adults. I realized that later on in life that that's what I like. I like helping people. I like finding resources. I like discovering or helping them find solutions to problems. So that's what I want to do. I want to help that community because we have a huge lack of resources. Most of the time, the resources are available but in English, and so people don't come because they don't have translator or something gets lost in the translation, the message. So I'm writing my curriculum to where I can have classes to where we work with self-esteem, self-confidence, things like that, so they can work on that and hopefully um, change some of that pattern or image that we have as a culture in general. So that's what I have. That's what I want to do.
okay, that's excellent. Thank you for sharing. And could we get a little bit more information about your aspirations, about nonprofit or for profit, just some ideas?
Well, I have a couple of things. You know how you have couple of things going on in your head. I used to always say when I grow up, I want to be a speaker for someone's company. I want to promote someone's company because I feel like I'm good at doing a lot of talking. But what I'm really interested in is helping women. One of the things is that miscarriages, stillbirth is taboo. People don't like to talk about that. And we talk about MDS, we talk about cancer and those, but having a miscarriage is real, and it's a very large percentage of first pregnancies that begin in miscarriage. And so we need to get that information out there that it's not a taboo. There's nothing wrong with women, and I want to encourage women to seek assistance and talk to someone about having a miscarriage or stillborn. Because after I had mine, I felt like less of a woman. I had a lot of issues. Man, I can't even carry a baby. Man, I can't give my husband a baby. And my self-esteem just plummeted after that, and there was like no one to talk to, no resources. And I'm not sure of, I haven't done my research in that area here yet to find out what's out there. But I want to make that name, that information big as cancer, as big as MDS, because more women than not suffer from naturally having a miscarriage of no reason of their own, but because a certain percentage of first pregnancies always end in miscarriage.
Okay, and so that brings us to a really good point, and thank you so much for sharing with us your passion about this and looking at it from a business perspective, and you as well as a motivational speaker too, and and so looking at this from a business perspective, you just want to convey that in your business plan, and you can you can share with the reader the the passion that you have for this particular service based upon experience, based upon um, years in the industry, and also more importantly through the market research. So I'm glad that you're open to doing the research to see what the trends are in the industry, because when a person reads your business plan, specifically it may be an investor, a lender, a partner, um, they're going to look at, okay, did this person do their market research to see if this is a viable and feasible idea? Because even though it may be a good cause and sound great and could benefit some people, sometimes that doesn't translate into dollars and cents in the marketplace. And I'm not being, insensitive or anything, but unfortunately that's just the culture of business. So so looking at it from a pricing perspective, bringing it back to what this particular module covers, a good friend of mine is thinking about opening a catering business, and he is a fantastic cook, and he wants to um, price his food based upon how he feels. Now, let me explain that. He has a big heart. He's very generous. He wants to give to people, because whenever you get people together around some really good food, everyone starts feeling good. There's a nice vibe. So we had a conversation about, okay, I understand the compassion element, of having a good meal and the camaraderie that it brings, but at the same time, you have to start thinking about it in dollars and cents too, you know? So that's where he's having a bit of an issue to kind of step into those shoes of being that shrewd business person, to think about dollars and cents, and at the same time, being that compassionate person who loves to cook. And that's where we come in, to provide counseling and development. So if you'd like to set an appointment with me for one-on-one, please do so. And also for those of you that are online, please give me a call at area code 702-734-3555 to set up a one-on-one counseling session. And if you would like to find out about our free educational events and training around the community, please go online at our website at www.nevadawbc.com. So thank you for sharing, ladies. Now, continuing within the Dream Builder program, it also helps you in a very interactive way. And the whole program it's interactive. It's engaging. It has quizzes at the end. It gives you an opportunity to answer different questions that are related to different sections of your business plan. After you've completed those 13 sections, then you actually have a first completed draft of a business plan. So continuing with that, in this particular module, we talk about selling your dream, about selling your product or service, making the sale and sell projections. And with that, it's really important to understand how to position your product or service in the market to sell, how to appeal to your customers. So for example, backing up just a bit, let's talk a little bit about the people that you're going to sell to. your target market or your customer base. So um, in our audience, we have someone that wants to open a business with motivational speaking in the Hispanic community or Latino community. So, so we talked about going to different organizations. So some of your clients would be organizations, and who else?
I'm thinking like district, we usually have conference for parents, things like that, that I can partner hopefully with the school. I have been approached already by one foundation. They would like me to practice with them. I would love to do that. So just different foundations in the community, because I mean, at least 50% of the population in Las Vegas is Hispanic. So there is a huge market. I have been doing it for Mary Kay. I sell Mary Kay. So with Mary Kay, I have been doing already these. So that's how I was approached. Like, well, why don't you do it for a living? Because they seem to like what I have to say. So I decided to just go for it because that is where my heart bursts when I'm doing it. And I realized that. And I was like, well, might as well do something about it. So yeah, that's what I want to be partnering with different associations, different agencies to just come in and just do something simple in half an hour, and just hopefully get that going with the Hispanic community, especially right now because we're in such a state of alarm and panic and fear, and we need to calm down so we can be good citizens, so we can be good parents, and just in general calm those emotions. And I believe I have learned the tools from speaking English and the English community has so much. I have attended so many training classes in education. So I think it's time to translate that and make sense of it into the Spanish without losing the message, because that's what happens if it's lost in the translation.
Oh, now that really hits home, specifically what you said about um, not losing the meaning of the message because it may get lost in translation. Um, and you can convey that within your marketing content or within your pitch to different organizations or associations. Um, and it's all about how you sell it, so to speak. So selling is just not about pricing and dollars and cents. Quite frankly, selling is more so about relationship building with people in order to facilitate that sale. So usually people do business with someone that they know. Definitely, they refer people that they trust, and that's crucial, especially for a small business owner. So within your business plan, although you are conveying it in the section where you're talking about your revenue and your financials and your expenses, behind all those numbers are actual people that have to do the work, be engaging, build that relationship, lay down that foundation of your brand in the community to then help facilitate that sale in the marketplace. So that's some things that I learned in being an entrepreneur myself. It wasn't about the numbers. It was more about developing my relationships with people first. And, that brings up a really good point where if you're either thinking about becoming a business owner or you're an established business owner, be very careful when it comes to chasing the mission versus the money for your organization or your business. Because when it comes to, let's just say that an opportunity comes along that where motivational speaking is involved, but it has nothing to do with your mission and your message that you want to relay to your specific target audience. It's a great opportunity, if from a revenue standpoint. So, for example, let's say that you're contacted by a ski resort and they want you to come in and do a motivational speak about a foot massage. I'm just making this stuff up. How therapeutic and wonderful, foot massages are, and they pay you a significant amount of money. And then after a while, they start booking you again for more foot massage, speaking engagements. Well, even though you're generating money, the mission of your organization is being lost from where it originally was. So what from my experience and what I convey to clients is um, always keep your eye on and follow the mission of your organization, because if you do that, the money will follow. The strategic money will follow that's aligned with your mission. The money will follow that's aligned with your mission, versus if you chase the money that has nothing to do with the mission, then you're going to be all over the place and your brand is going to be diluted too. So just, keep those things in mind. Yes, you're welcome. Now, continuing with the management aspect of the business plan development. Within your business plan, there is a section about management, and this is also true for the DreamBuilder program as well. So, with managing your dream, it seems that generally speaking, these are some like main things that you want to that you want to include when you talk about your team and your hiring practices and how you're going to manage your employees and so on and so forth. Now, the one thing that I want to highlight that's not up there on this slide is how are you going to manage you? Because now you're the go-to person. This is your business. This is your baby. And no one knows you better than yourself. So, and not everyone knows everything. So, have an honest conversation with yourself about, okay, these are the things that I'm good at. These are the things that I know that will be good for me to manage my business. These are some things that I know that I'm really good at to manage my business. And then at the same time, being honest and saying, now these are the things that I know I'm going to need help with, or I know that I may have to hire someone to help me with. So having that reality check conversation with yourself is really important. Even if you are a sole proprietor and you're a one person show, I was a sole proprietor myself when I owned my own business. And you're basically like running the whole show, so to speak. But I knew for a fact that when it came to accounting, that was, an issue for me when it came to creating contracts and understanding the legalese of it all, and also networking. Those are some things that I knew that I needed to work on. So what I did, I looked at resources in the community that could help me, or people in the community that could help me fill in those gaps. So, for example, for accounting, I took an adult education class about QuickBooks accounting. And I just learned the basics and it was fantastic. And that's all that I needed for my business. Um, Also, when it came to contracts, I went to a small business development center that helped me create contracts that were binding and that were legal and that I could understand as well. So the whole point of this is, before you dive into the whole realm of managing your employees, you also have to look at how you're going to manage yourself too in the mix. So, and also managing your time, managing your money, managing information, those are some really important things as well. Time management, when I ran my own business, I found out there were times when 24 hours in a day wasn't enough time. And when I got to that point, I really had to scale back and look at it from a realistic perspective as to, okay, I really have to better manage my time. And I don't mind working later hours because it is your business, it is your baby now, and you go the extra mile, but you do need to sleep too. You do have family too. You do have other obligations. So that's very important. So are you thinking about being full time or part time as a motivational speaker?
Look, to start some part time. I'm currently involved with another project. Actually, I'm managing the Roll Project. I don't know if you've heard of the Studio 305 Roll Project. We're a nonprofit, so I'm managing that and so that like you say, it's a full time for that, and I'm volunteering in there. So I had to do this as a part time. But I think the secret, like you were saying, is managing the activities, organizing them, which ones are priority, which ones are matching your goals, which ones are gonna be on the maybe 1 day list, which ones are like ASAP, emergency, urgent. So I think that that's what helps me through my day, through organizing those type of activities and deciding which hat I want to wear to to make it work.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And um, from what you just shared with me, I find it interesting that you know exactly what it is that you want to do, and the content, that content that you just shared can be placed within your business plan. It's just a matter of teasing it out and tweaking it. So I'm glad that you know what it is you want to do, and I'm glad that we have a tool with DreamBuilder that can help you, create that in a business plan format. So that's excellent. And what are you considering, full time or part time with your nonprofit organization?
Consider it to be a full time because again, there's so many women that don't talk about a lot of personal issues and they suffer silently. And so if we can get this help out there to let other people know, because a lot of people don't talk about it with each other, even in private settings, we don't talk about it because we don't want nobody to know that's considered to be like a deficiency or insufficient or
You
there's a
just feel less of a burden.
less of a woman. And it gives you all types of emotions and that. And people don't like to make themselves vulnerable and talk about that. So I want that to be full time and more than just a support group. But like she said, also as far as resources, there's not a lot of resources out there for premature infants. Um, I've also had preemies. So I didn't know what was necessary steps to finding a doctor once I found out I was a high risk mom and what are resources are out there for parents with preemies. So mine is just not one. It's like a multitude of things concerning women and having babies. So there's a few other things that's incorporated with that as well. That is just it's to encompass everything concerning a woman having a baby and losing a baby. So it can be more like a also help as well as resources.
Okay, well, what I find interesting is, and believe me, I am all for what it is that you want to do, both of you. Um, I would suggest that write down like your dream, so to speak, of how you want your business to be, like the ice cream, the cherry on top, with the sprinkles, the whole nine. What it is that you want to do in the services. And for those of you that are online tuning in, please do this exercise as well. Write down like the ideal fantasy version of your business. Okay, write that down. And then write down the a more realistic as to, okay, I may not be able to do all of this now. That may be something I can do in the future. But just to start off with, these are the 2 or 3 areas from my motivational speaking that I'm going to concentrate on. These are the 2 or 3 areas to help support women that are going through challenges or issues and having um, miscarriages or premature going into premature labor. These are the two or three services that I'm going to provide just to start with. Okay. And then write a third version that falls right in between, right in the middle, right in the middle of the fantasy and what, the fantastic, vision that you have to the more realistic bare bones, like I'm just starting up, version, and then write one that's kind of right in the middle. Okay. And that'll really help you when you do your market research to be a little bit more, have a range as to what's really out there. Because there are times when people want to open a business, um, they may open a business based upon these three things, based upon the fantasy of being an entrepreneur, of being your own boss, of having all this leisure time, taking, vacation and working 4 hours a day and all this other stuff. And, chilling out in your pajamas and sending out a few emails and, you'll make a ton of money. But so that's the fantasy. When actually some people may have built their business to a point to where they're actually living that type of lifestyle, but the majority of people, it's a totally different ball game. And then there are some people that open up a business based upon emotions. So, for example, they may feel that this is going to really make people feel good. This makes me feel good. I have a lot of passion for it. This is, fantastic for everybody. This is, awesome, like really emotionally based. However, just because something may feel good and be good for a person, it doesn't, it may not necessarily translate or, transfer into business, that it's a profitable or feasible business idea. So those are some things that a person should consider when they're thinking about being an entrepreneur. So to help a person to avoid the trap of the fantasy and the emotion of opening a business, I highly recommend basing it upon the facts. And the facts goes back to your market research. And that's why that section in your business plan is so important, so that you don't get caught in the trap of the fantasy of being your own boss, or the emotion of it's a feel good type of business idea, and you're just looking at it from a fact-based perspective. Now, continuing with this particular module in DreamBuilder, this is where we get into your accounting, your profit and loss statements, your how to use them, how to make adjustments along the way. So the Dream Builder program, it really is comprehensive in that it starts to introduce to you these basic fundamental things to start helping you build your financial projections. And it takes you step by step as well. It also talks about your startup cost. So, have you thought about your startup cost, or what are you thinking about in reference to launching or opening any type of expenses?
I have looked into licensing all the stuff. I mean, the documents alone is going to be at least $1,000 plus material to start the first class. For example, I would have that investment about another $200 or so. So I have an idea, that, but I was like, maybe I need someone to just say you're on the right path or you're on the wrong path. That's why I'm here. But yeah, so I have an idea. I have an idea of what is.
Okay, this is good because we can help you in giving you some examples, or just basically kind of talking it out about, okay, you're doing a motivational speaking Perhaps you'll need a computer, a laptop. You'll need some flash drives. Maybe you'll need a portable projector. Um, all the equipment that's entailed for presentations. Perhaps you'll need, like you said, a, a printing budget to print your curriculum, your handouts for a presentation. Maybe you want the audience to do some interactive exercises. Um, you may have some type of props, or that could be used for that. So all those things, including the fee for your business license, your permits, building a website, the whole nine. All those things are part of your startup cost. And those startup costs drive, or at least establish the foundation for your for building your financial projections. Because some of those startup costs will then transfer over to being monthly expenses. And those monthly expenses are part of your projections per month. Okay, I'm making X amount of revenue. This is this is how much it costs me to provide this product or service, and this is my monthly expenses, and this is my net from after all is said and done. And I'd be more than happy again to help you develop your financial projections once you get to that point too, and also to those of you that are online as well. So basically in DreamBuilder, it helps you to at least get an introduction to what the financial projections are through some basic accounting principles with your profit and loss statement. Also, DreamBuilder within this module, within this section, it basically continues with helping you to build upon keeping track of money coming in your business through your accounts receivables, of money going out of your business to accounts payable. It talks about a balance sheet, what your cash flows, cash projections are. So it really is a really nice introduction into basic accounting principles. And that's what I really like about the Dream Builder program. It's very interactive. It introduces you to what it is that you need to know about your business and your business by developing your business plan. And also, as we were talking about earlier with startup cost within Dream Builder, there's a section where you would start building your startup cost. And startup costs are really important, especially if you're thinking about presenting your business to a potential funder, an investor, or a partner. They'll want to know, okay, how much is this going to cost me? And if someone gives a vague answer of, oh, about $10,000, rough estimate, and then they'll ask, okay, what does that mean? What are the details that are involved? And you really have to provide those details. So, so with Dream Builder, it helps you to create the the details that are needed through creating a startup cost, and also helping you to establish and give you more leverage. So when you have your business plan completed and a potential investor or partner or lender goes to your financial projections section, all of that is completed. So that's a really important section within your business plan. Also, the Dream Builder program, within this particular section, it does give you some information and an opportunity to share with the reader any type of contracts or agreements that you may have with a vendor or a particular agency, or your legal structure of your business, whether you are a sole proprietor, an LLC, a corporation, an S corp, or a C corp. So this is where you would convey that in this particular section with in the Dream Builder program. And also, you'd also want to convey if you if you are in an industry that's really heavily regulated, or you want to be in compliance. So let's say that you are you have a laundromat, no, excuse me, a dry cleaner business, and the dry cleaner business uses organic products or and green energy, type of processes. Well, you want to convey that in the business plan that you're in compliance, with the regulations for this particular industry and what that calls for. And speaking of regulations, I highly recommend to go to the the Nevada Department of Business and Industry. Google them online, and they have excellent resources when it comes to regulations and business. So the Department of Business and Industry, Google them and go online, and they have excellent resources for businesses, for regulations, and also to register your business too. They have a lot of resources for entrepreneurs too. So basically, that's basically an overview of what the Dream Builder program entails. And the last module basically talks about you coming up with, like an action plan. What are your next steps? What are some things that are high priority, and set a deadline to them so you can accomplish those goals? And also, identifying challenges that you may have, and coming up with a game plan to address those challenges too. And in addition to that, if there's any mentors or an advisory board that you're thinking about creating that will help you in some way in your development as an entrepreneur, or help you to enhance your business operations. Um, so, for example, with a corporation has an executive, has an advisory board, and that's just part of the legal structure of a corporation. Well, that that board, or board of advisors, you you want to have people that are there that really enhances your business in some kind of way. Now, even if you are a sole proprietor or a nonprofit, having, a mentor or a board of advisors, or somebody there that could help you in identifying what is working, what isn't working, and how we can help you to succeed. That is really key in your development as an entrepreneur. And also some resources too, such as, I'm so glad that those of you that are online are tuning in this morning to this live stream broadcast, and also to those of you that are in the audience. This is basically a resource to help you with your development by attending workshops and trainings, and also, if need be, counseling sessions too, one-on-one, to help, so that we can help you from a more person to person perspective, to help you with your entrepreneur development by accessing those resources. So that's an overview of what Dream Builder is, and for each module. Now, if you want to access the Dream Builder program, it's free. You can go online to our website, and that's nevadawbc.com, and you will come to our home page. And then you'll see at the top of the home page is the Dream Builder icon. And you'll click on the Dream Builder icon, and you'll choose whether you want to do the program in Spanish or English, and then you'll register. And what will happen is Dream Builder, after you register with basically your name, your email address, and a password, Dream Builder will send you a link, and then through email, and you'll click on that link, and then it'll take you directly to the Dream Builder program to log in, and then you can start the program immediately. Just remember to save your work, please save your work. Please save your work. Because please, because there have been instances where people finish a module here, or several modules along the way, and they forget to save, and all that information's lost. So please save your work, and you can access it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whether it's 1 in the morning or 1 in the afternoon. And when you want to go through a couple modules and step away from it, you can always come back and pick up where you left off. It's very convenient. So, in closing, thank you so much for tuning in with us online, and for the members in the audience, to this workshop that reviews our DreamBuilder online tool for business plan development through the Nevada Women's Business Center. And again, please call me with any questions, or if you have any comments. And before I officially sign off, I'm going to go online to see if there's any comments or questions through the live chat feature on our YouTube channel. So thank you so much. Well, thanks again. And before we officially sign off, are there any questions or comments that you ladies would like to share? Okay.
No, but thank you.
Okay.
I'm glad that these programs are available to us, because I do realize that going through some other places, these cost a lot of money. And so I appreciate the fact that this information is free for us to pursue a possible career change and a new lifestyle.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate it as well.
Okay, well, thank you, ladies. And again, thank you for tuning in online. I'm Kathleen Taylor with the Nevada Women's Business Center, in collaboration with the Nevada Hispanic Business Group, for a live stream webinar training, also in classroom format training as well, for business plan development. So thank you so much. If you'd like more information, please call us at area code 702-734-3555, or online at www.nevadawbc.com. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.